Now, many pensioners are fearful about the cuts to their winter fuel payments.
Yes, since the government's announcement back in the summer that budgets would be limited to only those on pension credits, payments that is, millions will be unable to buy food or heat their homes. That is the worry this winter.
Well, GB News' very own Patrick Christys has been fundraising for the Friends of the Elderly, which has raised over £250,000. Amazing stuff.
Amazing. Well, joining us now is Patrick Christys, who is live for us in County Durham. Patrick, who are we being introduced to this time around?
All right, well, a little bit of context first. This is a Labour stronghold, OK? So just around here, you've got Lenin Terrace, you've got Marks Crescent, you've got Keir Hardie Avenue as well. It doesn't really get more Labour than this. It's a Labour seat as well, as you would imagine. There's a lot of fear about the budget, a lot of trepidation about the budget, especially, as you were saying there, about the winter fuel payment being slashed for the elderly, especially considering that Labour's own reports predicted that 4,000 people could die. So I'm going to just take us in now, because what I wanted to do, if I can open this, there we go, is just talk to real people on real streets in real Britain like this. This is really, to be honest with you, what GB News is supposed to be all about. So I'm going to have a quick chat with Steve and Lynn. You might have noticed a sign out there that said beware of the Westie. So hopefully it's not too vicious, but we'll see. Hopefully they're in as well. Again, the joys of live telly. Fingers crossed. Might let myself in. I'm probably not really allowed to do that, really. Hello, how are you? Are you OK?
Yeah.
Are we all right to just come in quickly, have a quick chat with you? Thank you very much. This is Lynn, and this is Casper. Is that right?
Yep.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much. I'm going to slip my shoes off because I've been tramping through puddles and all sorts. So are we all right to come straight through, maybe?
Yes, certainly.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for agreeing to talk to us today and for letting us into your lovely home here. And it's great to see you. Well, do you want to take a seat there, and I'll perch here. I was hoping to have a quick chat with both of you, if that's all right, about, firstly, maybe the winter fuel cut. Now, I know that you guys have lost the winter fuel payment. You think that you'll probably be able to get by. It's still going to have an impact. But I think for you, it was more a question of the priorities for the government ahead of this budget. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I think it's absolutely shocking and disgraceful the way the government's treating the old people, mind. Absolutely disgraceful.
Because they say that they've got to do it because there's this black hole, so they need to try and find the money from somewhere.
It's them that should be in a black hole. Honestly, I don't believe a word they say. Honestly, I don't.
I'll come to you. And you actually, you used to work in social housing for quite a while, didn't you? And so you saw firsthand the way that some elderly people struggle to get through winter. Is that right?
Yeah, houses we used to go into, there'd be old pensioners sitting there, wrapped up, blankets on, no heating on, house damp because they couldn't put the heating on, and it's just a crying shame.
It breaks your heart, doesn't it, really, to hear stories like that?
That's going to suffer, definitely. It annoys us.
So it annoys you. I can tell you're quite worked up about it. I mean, there'll be other aspects to this budget as well, and priorities maybe that they're going to be spending things on. Would you like to see? You know, this is. I know that you're not particularly political, either of you two, but this is a big Labour area. Would you like to see them trying to spend a bit more money around here? Do you think?
No, it would be nice. Yeah, it would be nice for them to do that. But most importantly, see the old people that live around here. You know, and get them sorted. Because why is it that Rachel Reeves can have a second home and have heating payment for that second home, and yet our old people are suffering? They don't get a penny. Well, they're not going to get a penny if she gets her own way, and it's not good enough.
You don't think it's fair?
No, definitely not fair.
It's definitely not fair at all. And that it's a grave vote that got them into power. And if they'd mentioned this before the election,
Would never get
got in. Well, look, thank you so much for letting us into your home today. And this little guy, Casper, is that right? He's a bit of a cutie, isn't he? I don't know how you feel about the winter fuel payment, Casper. No, he's the silver vote.
Using the internet without a VPN is a bit like taking to the road without car insurance. All it takes is one unlucky moment to cost you a lot of cash. We want to help protect you. This video's sponsor, Private Internet Access, is the VPN to help keep you safe. Now, you might be asking, what is a VPN? Well, a virtual private network is an app that hides your IP address and safeguards your internet connection through an encrypted tunnel. This way, it shields your digital life from the eyes of those that are looking to exploit your private information. Whenever you connect to the internet on a public Wi-Fi network, such as at airports, coffee shops, friends' houses, or even in your own home, your data is at risk of being stolen. Hackers that are connected to the same Wi-Fi network have the ability to steal your personal data with ease. T-Mobile reached a settlement this year with the US Federal Communications Commission after they suffered data breaches in 2021, 22, and 23. In 2023 alone, over 37 million customers' data was exposed. And it's not just hackers to be concerned about. Information can be censored. When Canada passed their C-18 bill, social media giants decided to ban news content on their platforms. But PIA can protect your ability to consume the news content that you love. Private internet access is available for all platforms: Windows, macOS, Android, Linux, iOS, and you can use one private internet access subscription to protect an unlimited number of devices at the same time. Plus, we've got a huge GB News discount. Click the link in this video's description and you'll get 83% off PIA. That is under £2 a month, and you'll get an extra 4 months completely free. There's also a 30-day money-back guarantee. So head to piavpn.com/GB News to start protecting yourself digitally today.
Now, we were hearing, weren't we, about the winter fuel payment, the loss of it. Well, it's okay because loads of pensioners have got loads of assets. Loads of them are millionaires. And you know what? The ones that lose the winter fuel payment, all you have to do is just apply for a pension credit and you should be all right. Well, look, I just wanted to come and talk to a couple of real people here in County Durham about whether or not that matches up with their own experiences. So I'm going to just try and have a quick chat with someone now. So this is, I believe, Daniel's house here. And I'm just going to knock on the door. I can hear there's some barking inside, so I think someone's in. Here we go again. I'm 2 for 2 with this so far. I've got 100% hit rate. Hopefully I can get the hat trick. So hopefully Daniel's around at some point. There we go. Hello, mate. How are you? Are you all right? Yeah. Thank you very much for talking to us. Great to see you. And look, I just wanted to ask you, so you have lost the winter fuel payment.
Yes.
But you thought you might be able to get pension credit. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. That's what they told us on the phone, because I went on to inquire and I said they did the checks and everything and then they come back declined. Right. Because the money my partner's got to live on every week, the government reckon they think we can live on £332 a week.
So it's £332 a week, and how many of you are we talking about here?
Two.
Two of you. And what does that have to cover? That has to cover what? Was it rent, food?
Rent, food, heating, electricity, like clothing, everything, you know?
Yeah, okay. And are you, not looking forward particularly to this winter, I take it? And it's not just you, is it? I mean, there's loads of people. You knock on every door here, pretty much, and there's a story behind it. So a lot of people quite worried?
I would think so, yes, definitely.
And just to check, you are a lifelong Labour voter, aren't you?
I have been, yeah, all my life.
Yeah.
But I'm second thoughts about them now. You know, they're just going around promising things and just turning their backs on and changing their minds.
I mean, they obviously say, look, we've got to fill this black hole. We've got to make sure that we, balance the books, etc. I mean, how do you feel about that?
I know it's got to be done somehow, but it's a shame for them to take it out of the pensioners after they've been getting this money for as long as I can remember, you know, and all of a sudden they just take it out of their hands and use it somewhere else.
Okay. Well, look, thank you very much for talking to us today, Daniel. All the best, and I hope to chat to you again very, very soon. Well, look, we're going to be talking to a lot of people here around this area. We're going to be talking to a chap called Billy next, who, Tom, has got a lovely dog as well. So, and I will be doing my show 9 to 11 p.m. from a very special venue here, so stay tuned.
Very much looking forward to it. And Patrick, you keep finding marvellous people with their pets. I have to say this time you found the best moustache in County Durham. We've all been admiring it here in the studio. Thank you so much for bringing it to us there, Patrick Christys.
But on a serious note, that guy that not a lot of money to live off, is it really?
Yeah, and I wanted to talk to people about the winter fuel payment, but also what they're expecting for this Labour budget and what they make of the fact that Keir Starmer doesn't seem able to define what a working person is. So I'm going to try and knock on Gordon's door here, see what he makes of it. Hopefully he's in. Fingers crossed. There's nothing like live telly, is there? But you can go, by the way, to justgiving.com/page/save our seniors. Gordon, how are you?
Oh, yeah.
You okay?
Yes, I'm great.
I was just wondering if we might be able to come in quickly and have a quick chat with you. Is that all right? So there we go. Follow me in here. Lovely welcome mat at the door there. Fantastic. Thank you very much for having us round. I know it's a bit of an invasion, but I wanted to have a quick chat with you, if that's all right. So first things first, Gordon. The loss of the winter fuel payment to a lot of people. I know that affects quite a few people round here. How do you feel about it? What's the word on the street?
I think it's absolutely disgusting. These people have paid into the system all their lives to be basically messed around at this time of their life when they really need it. We know Labour says they're going to get a massive pay rise, but that's not until April. They've still got 5 months before they actually get that pay rise. How are they supposed to cope?
Yeah, indeed. And people here are really struggling. Over the course of the day, I'm going to be going into different people's houses and talking to people who have lost out on the winter fuel payment because they've got a pit pension. So they basically work down the pit all their lives, and because of the pension they've got there, they miss out on that and they miss out on pension credit. It's a bit of a disaster. But this is, if you don't mind me saying, it's a working class area. Yeah. And Keir Starmer at the moment is unable to define what a working class person is. What do you make of that?
They keep saying they're the working party. They haven't got a clue. They've lost touch with what a working man does and who a working man is. They're more concerned with the hierarchy and their big elite friends, and they just do not seem to be interested at all in the working man.
What do you want to hear from him? Because, you know, Labour are in now, they've got a big majority. This budget is coming next week. We're going to be doing a lot of that here on GB News. You know, what are you hoping to hear from them? Or do you think that, you know, when they're cutting the winter fuel payment, you see them spending the money elsewhere? How does that make you feel?
Rather annoyed. I mean, when you consider they're spending 22 billion on carbon capture, when nature provides that themselves with trees. But then they cut the trees down to put wind farms up. So they've got to spend 22 billion on a machine to do what the trees could have done. And then, obviously, with the aids and things, the money they're sending abroad, they just seem to be more concerned about the world rather than their own people in this country.
Exactly, and that is an issue that I know that our viewers and our listeners care deeply about, which is why so many of you, and thank you by the way, have gone to justgiving.com/page/save our seniors. The last time I checked, we were at about £254,000. The target is 260 grand, so about 96% of the way there. I think we might do it soon, so thank you very, very much everybody for giving whatever you can. And just a final word from you, Gordon, if that's all right, really, which is that, you know, Keir Starmer, do you think he maybe needs to get out of Lord Ali's pad a bit more and come to places like this?
Yeah, I think he should. I mean, they come up on the Durham Miners' Gala, but they're up on a balcony. They never mix with the general population. They're never going to find out by standing up 2 floors up what people actually think. But then, where it's been going lately, when you voice your opinion, you get looked up for it. So he really does need to get out of London and actually come to the rural areas and actually see what and how people are living.
Well, that's exactly what we're doing today.